To find oneself alone can be a startling revelation. Yet it is in solitude that a man is gifted with the rarest opportunity to discover the depths of his own power. For it is here, in silence, away from the voices and opinions of others, that he begins to unearth the hidden parts of his nature, the untapped potential waiting to be summoned. A man with no friends, no circle of companions, often feels as if he has been left behind or excluded. But in truth he stands at the precipice of self-realization. Solitude, when embraced, becomes a passageway to inner strength. The journey into self-reflection begins with a withdrawal from the need for social validation, a shift that can initially feel disorienting, but ultimately reveals a profound inner truth. Society often teaches us to seek our worth in the opinions and approvals of others, encouraging us to find value in how well we fit in, how liked or accepted we are. But what happens when we begin to seek that validation from within, when we turn inward to truly understand ourselves? In choosing self-reflection over social validation, a person embarks on the transformative journey of self-knowledge, a journey that leads to a strength beyond comparison. When we cease to rely on others to define our worth, we release ourselves from the binds of comparison and conformity. We no longer need to mirror the beliefs or values of those around us, nor do we have to strive to meet external expectations that may not align with our true nature. This liberation marks the beginning of self-reflection. It's a deliberate, courageous choice to question and understand our own beliefs, desires, and motivations. In place of constantly seeking approval, we start to look within, uncovering layers of conditioning that may have masked our authentic selves. The pull of social validation is powerful. It offers an immediate sense of acceptance and belonging. But it is also fleeting, often requiring us to mold ourselves in ways that don't honor who we truly are. The validation we receive from others can only touch the surface of who we are, as it often reflects their own needs, beliefs, and biases rather than our own truth. When we step away from this external feedback loop, we create space for genuine self-inquiry. We begin to ask ourselves profound questions. What do I truly believe? What makes me feel alive? What are my own values, independent of those around me? Self-reflection is not a passive or superficial activity. It requires honesty and vulnerability. It demands that we look at ourselves fully, acknowledging both our strengths and our flaws without the distortion of social influence. This type of reflection often reveals truths we may have ignored or suppressed for the sake of fitting in. We may uncover desires that don't align with societal expectations, or values that set us apart from the crowd. It's in this moment of revelation that true empowerment begins, for we start to live from a place of authenticity rather than social conformity. In the process of self-reflection, we begin to discern between what we truly value and what we have been told to value. This distinction is crucial, as it allows us to live from a foundation of inner truth. No longer do we waste energy chasing achievements or validation that don't fulfill us. Instead, we become guided by a sense of purpose that is rooted in our own essence. As we gain clarity, we become more resilient, no longer swayed by the shifting opinions of others. We stand firm in our identity, unafraid to live authentically even if it means standing alone. Self-reflection, however, is not always comfortable. It asks us to confront parts of ourselves that we may have hidden or denied. We may encounter fears, insecurities, or past mistakes that we have avoided acknowledging. But it is through this confrontation that we gain the opportunity to heal and grow. Rather than seeking social validation to distract us from these inner challenges, we face them directly, cultivating self-compassion and resilience. We learn to accept ourselves fully, recognizing that our worth is not dependent on the approval of others, but rather on our own acceptance of who we are. Through self-reflection, we begin to see that our value is inherent, unchanging, and independent of any external factors. We start to understand that the opinions of others, no matter how positive or negative, cannot touch the core of who we are. This realization is deeply freeing, as it allows us to move through life without the need for constant reassurance or validation. We become self-assured, confident in our own judgment and choices. This confidence does not stem from arrogance but from an inner knowing that we are enough just as we are. As we cultivate this inner validation, we become more grounded in ourselves. We find that our happiness, fulfillment, and peace come from within rather than from the approval or praise of others. Social validation may still come, but it is no longer our primary source of worth. Instead, it becomes a pleasant addition to our lives, a reflection of the inner contentment we have cultivated. We are no longer dependent on it, for we have found a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment within ourselves. Self-reflection also fosters a deeper connection to our intuition. Without the noise of external validation clouding our minds, we can hear our inner voice more clearly. This voice, which is often drowned out by societal expectations, becomes our most trusted guide. We begin to act in alignment with our true selves, making decisions that resonate with our own values and desires rather than those imposed upon us. This alignment brings a sense of ease and harmony to our lives, as we are no longer in conflict with ourselves or trying to please others at the expense of our own happiness. Self-reflection over social validation leads us to a place of true empowerment. We become unshakable, no longer swayed by the judgments or opinions of others. We walk our own path with confidence and grace, secure in the knowledge that we are enough. This inner validation brings a lasting sense of peace and fulfillment that no amount of social approval could ever provide. We become whole within ourselves, and in that wholeness we find a freedom that is both profound and enduring. In the quiet moments of solitude, a man may begin to sense a presence within himself that feels deeper, wiser, and infinitely peaceful. This presence, often hidden beneath the busyness of daily life and the endless chatter of the mind, is the spark of a divine connection. It is a relationship with something that is at once beyond himself and yet profoundly within him, a connection to a higher, timeless reality that has always been there, waiting to be discovered. This divine connection, when nurtured, becomes a source of profound strength and peace, far surpassing anything the external world can offer. The journey into this divine relationship can feel mysterious, even elusive. The mind is accustomed to focusing outward, constantly seeking gratification, answers, and purpose from the world. Yet, through moments of introspection, meditation, or quiet reflection, the man begins to sense that this outer search leads only to temporary satisfaction, a cycle of highs and lows that never brings lasting fulfillment. He starts to feel an urge to look within, not in search of another fleeting pleasure, but for something eternal, a deeper truth, a boundless love, an abiding peace. And in this inner seeking he finds a new dimension of himself, a connection to the divine. As he spends time in this sacred inner space, he comes to understand that he is not alone. There is a part of him that transcends the physical, a spark of the divine that connects him to something far greater than himself. This divine connection reveals to him that he is more than a body, more than a personality shaped by his life experiences. He is, in essence, a spiritual being, one with the very source of all life. This revelation shifts his perspective, freeing him from the limitations he once felt bound by. He no longer sees himself as small or separate, for he understands that he is part of a vast, interconnected web of divine energy and consciousness. With this awareness, his relationship with the world begins to change. Where once he sought validation from others, he now finds it within. The divine connection offers a wellspring of unconditional love, a love that does not waver based on his achievements or failures. It is a constant presence, an inner embrace that reassures him that he is worthy, valuable, and deeply loved. He learns to lean on this inner relationship in times of challenge, finding solace and strength within himself rather than in the fleeting comfort of external sources. This divine presence becomes his anchor, a foundation of unwavering peace that remains no matter what storms may arise. In time, he realizes that this divine connection also grants him access to a profound inner wisdom. There is a voice within, a quiet yet powerful intuition that guides him, nudging him toward choices that align with his highest good. This voice is not loud or insistent, it does not argue or demand. It is a subtle knowing, a gentle guidance that speaks through feelings of peace, clarity, and conviction. As he learns to trust this inner guidance, he finds himself making decisions with a sense of ease and confidence that he had never known before. He no longer feels lost or unsure, for he knows that he is being led by a wisdom far greater than his individual mind. This connection also brings with it a profound sense of purpose. He begins to understand that his life is not a random series of events, but a carefully orchestrated journey designed to bring him closer to this divine essence within himself. Every experience, every relationship, every moment of joy and pain becomes part of a larger tapestry, a spiritual unfolding that deepens his connection to the divine. He sees his life not as something he must control or force into a particular shape, but as a sacred journey of self-discovery, a path that reveals more of the divine presence with each step. As his awareness of this divine connection grows, so does his capacity for compassion and love toward others. He sees that the same divine spark within him exists within every person he encounters. This recognition dissolves the barriers of judgment and separation, allowing him to see others with an open heart and an understanding that transcends differences. He no longer feels the need to compete or compare, for he knows that each person is on their own unique journey toward realizing the same divine truth. This sense of unity brings a deep peace to his interactions, a harmony that enriches his relationships and allows him to give freely without fear of rejection or loss. In moments of stillness, he finds that this divine connection fills him with a profound joy, a joy that is not dependent on any external circumstance. It is a joy that arises simply from being, from knowing that he is part of something infinitely beautiful and eternal. This joy becomes his refuge, his source of inspiration, and his guiding light. No matter what happens in the outer world, he knows that this divine presence is with him, a constant source of comfort, strength, and love. Through this divine connection, he has come to know himself in a way he never thought possible. He sees that he is not merely a man with worldly concerns, but a spiritual being on a sacred journey, one with the divine source of all life. This awareness transforms his life from the inside out, filling it with a sense of meaning, peace, and purpose that no external achievement or relationship could ever provide. He walks through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that he is guided, loved, and supported by a power far greater than himself. This divine connection is his greatest treasure, a relationship that sustains him, nourishes him, and fulfills him in every way. It is an unbreakable bond, a sacred union that nothing in the outer world can diminish. And in this divine connection he finds his true home, an inner sanctuary of love, wisdom, and peace that remains with him always, lighting his path and filling his heart with a joy that endures forever. Loneliness is a feeling often viewed as something to be avoided or escaped. Yet, beneath its surface lies a hidden gift, the opportunity for deep personal mastery. To master loneliness is not simply to overcome or suppress it, but to understand, embrace, and transcend it, transforming it into a source of strength, resilience, and insight. Those who achieve mastery over loneliness come to know themselves on a profound level, building an unshakable foundation of self-reliance, self-compassion, and inner peace. The journey begins with a willingness to face loneliness directly, rather than numbing or distracting oneself from its discomfort. Modern life offers countless distractions to escape this feeling, from social media to endless entertainment, all promising temporary relief, but none offering lasting fulfillment. Mastery over loneliness requires turning away from these distractions and sitting with the solitude, allowing oneself to fully experience its depths. This initial stage can be challenging, as it often brings up feelings of vulnerability, insecurity, and even fear. Yet within this discomfort lies the beginning of true self-discovery. As one sits with loneliness, the mind may begin to quiet, allowing deeper reflections to surface. One begins to question, who am I when I am alone? What am I without the roles and validations that society offers? In the absence of others' input, we are left with only ourselves, a mirror of who we truly are. This solitude offers a rare opportunity to explore one's beliefs, values, and desires independently of external influence. In this quiet space, we can see the aspects of ourselves that are often overshadowed by the noise of daily life, the parts of ourselves that seek not approval, but authenticity. Self-reliance grows stronger. Instead of seeking comfort and validation from others, we learn to find it within. We develop the ability to soothe ourselves, to address our own needs and support our own well-being. Mastery over loneliness teaches us that we are complete as we are, that we possess within ourselves the strength, wisdom, and compassion necessary to navigate life's challenges. This self-sufficiency does not mean shutting oneself off from others. Rather, it means we no longer depend on external sources for our sense of worth and stability. We become whole, grounded in an inner strength that can withstand any storm. This mastery also nurtures a profound sense of self-compassion. When we face loneliness with an open heart, we inevitably confront our own vulnerabilities and insecurities. In the silence, we may recall painful memories or times when we felt unworthy or unloved. Yet, instead of turning away, we learn to hold these experiences with kindness. We recognize that loneliness is a universal feeling, one that connects us to the shared human experience. By showing compassion to ourselves in moments of solitude, we cultivate a gentleness that becomes a balm for our soul, allowing us to carry that same compassion into our relationships with others. Mastery over loneliness also brings about a heightened sense of awareness. When we are alone, free from distractions and societal roles, we become attuned to subtleties within ourselves and the world around us. We notice our own patterns of thought, our habitual responses, and the underlying motivations that drive our actions. This awareness is invaluable, as it enables us to make conscious choices rather than being led by unconscious habits or impulses. We gain a clarity that is unclouded by the opinions and expectations of others, allowing us to act in alignment with our true values and purpose. Through this process of self-awareness and reflection, loneliness begins to transform. It is no longer a void to be filled, but a space of potential. It becomes an invitation to create, to dream, and to envision. Many of history's great thinkers, artists, and innovators spent significant time alone, drawing inspiration from their solitude. In mastering loneliness, we too gain access to this wellspring of creativity. With no need to impress or conform, we are free to explore our own ideas, to cultivate our passions, and to pursue our interests with undivided attention. Loneliness, once a source of discomfort, becomes a sanctuary where our creativity and inner wisdom can flourish. As we continue to develop this mastery, we come to understand that loneliness is not inherently negative. It is simply a state of being, one that we can approach with openness and curiosity rather than resistance. In reframing loneliness as an opportunity for growth, we free ourselves from the fear of being alone. We no longer see solitude as something to be avoided, but as a valuable aspect of life, a space where we can rest, recharge, and reconnect with our own essence. The transformation that results from mastering loneliness is profound. We emerge with a sense of inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. This peace is unshakable because it is rooted in a deep understanding and acceptance of ourselves. We no longer feel the need to seek constant companionship or external validation because we have learned to be at ease in our own presence. We carry within us a quiet confidence, a knowing that we are complete as we are, capable of facing life's challenges with grace and resilience. This mastery allows us to approach relationships from a place of fullness rather than need. When we are at peace within ourselves, we can engage with others authentically, without clinging or seeking fulfillment through them. We become capable of giving love freely, without fear of rejection or abandonment, for we know that our sense of self is not dependent on anyone else. Relationships become enriching experiences rather than sources of validation, adding beauty to our lives rather than defining our worth. In mastering loneliness, we unlock a profound freedom. We are no longer bound by the fear of solitude or the need for external affirmation. Instead, we walk through life with a steady, grounded presence, knowing that we are whole within ourselves. This mastery transforms loneliness from a source of pain into a path of self-discovery, resilience, and inner peace. It allows us to live with a sense of purpose, clarity, and fulfillment that can only come from within. Through this journey, we become our own sanctuary, our own source of strength, and our own guiding light. Self-sufficiency is a powerful quality, a form of independence that comes not only from practical capability, but also from a deep-seated confidence in one's own abilities and resources. It is the knowledge that regardless of external circumstances or the presence of others, you possess within yourself the means to meet life's challenges. True self-sufficiency goes beyond merely taking care of physical needs. It encompasses emotional, mental, and spiritual independence. It is the understanding that your sense of well-being, peace, and stability originates from within, unshaken by the external ebb and flow of life. At its core, self-sufficiency begins with self-trust. This trust is cultivated by consistently meeting your own needs and solving your own problems. When you rely on your abilities and make decisions without constantly seeking validation from others, you gradually build a sense of internal security. Each step taken independently reinforces your confidence, showing you that you are indeed capable. Rather than second-guessing your every choice or doubting your worth, you learn to stand firm in your convictions and take responsibility for your actions. This inner trust is essential to self-sufficiency, as it becomes the foundation upon which you build a resilient, independent life. Emotional self-sufficiency is perhaps the most transformative aspect of this journey. While society often emphasizes the importance of relationships for happiness, emotional self-sufficiency allows you to experience joy and contentment from within, independent of others. This does not mean isolating yourself or avoiding relationships. Rather, it means cultivating an inner reservoir of emotional well-being that is not reliant on external validation. In times of loneliness or uncertainty, you turn inward, nurturing yourself instead of seeking comfort outside. You learn to process your emotions, to be your own source of empathy, encouragement, and kindness. This inner self-care frees you from unhealthy dependencies and equips you to enter relationships from a place of wholeness rather than need. Mental self-sufficiency is another integral part of this independence. It involves developing the ability to think critically, to question, and to form your own beliefs and values. In a world where opinions are readily influenced by media, social circles, and cultural norms, mental self-sufficiency encourages you to stand firm in your own perspective. It's about cultivating an independent mind, one that is not easily swayed or reliant on popular opinion. Instead of being led by external pressures, you develop a clear sense of purpose and values that guide your actions. This strength of mind allows you to approach decisions with clarity and confidence, knowing that you are guided by your own inner compass rather than by the ever-changing standards of society. Spiritual self-sufficiency may be the most profound and subtle of all, for it connects you to an inner source of peace, strength, and purpose that transcends external circumstances. This form of independence is about finding a sense of meaning within yourself, a connection to something greater that provides a deep, unshakable sense of belonging and direction. Whether through meditation, self-reflection, or simply quiet moments of introspection, spiritual self-sufficiency allows you to anchor yourself in a higher truth, knowing that your value and purpose are intrinsic. You are not constantly seeking answers or validation outside of yourself, but instead turn inward, trusting in the wisdom and guidance that emerges from within. Self-sufficiency manifests in daily habits and actions. It may look like developing skills that allow you to take care of your own needs, from cooking to financial planning, or even basic repairs. Every skill acquired reinforces the idea that you are capable of meeting your own needs and navigating challenges. This practical self-sufficiency is empowering because it lessens your dependence on others and systems. When you can meet your basic needs independently, you reduce fear and uncertainty, knowing you can thrive on your own. This confidence extends into all areas of life, as you realize that you are resourceful enough to adapt and find solutions to whatever situations arise. Self-sufficiency does not mean closing oneself off from others. It means you are free to enter relationships not out of necessity, but from a place of choice and abundance. You do not rely on others to fill voids within you. Instead, you bring your wholeness to every interaction. You become a source of support rather than someone constantly needing support. This shift transforms your relationships, making them healthier, more balanced, and more fulfilling. When both individuals come from a place of self-sufficiency, there is mutual respect and freedom, allowing each person to thrive independently while also benefiting from the connection. Developing self-sufficiency requires a willingness to face discomfort and to take responsibility for one's life. It demands a shift away from victim mentality and toward a perspective of empowerment. Instead of blaming external circumstances or waiting for others to provide, self-sufficiency encourages you to seek solutions within. It's about taking full ownership of your happiness, growth, and well-being. This ownership may feel daunting at first, but it is the key to lasting independence and peace. When you stop depending on others to fix your life, you unlock a powerful freedom, realizing that your destiny is shaped by your own choices, efforts, and mindset. It also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable, and there will be times of difficulty and change. Those who have developed self-sufficiency are better equipped to navigate these challenges because they have learned to rely on their own strengths. They are adaptable, resourceful, and less shaken by unexpected events. They know that, regardless of what comes, they have within them the capacity to endure and to rebuild. This resilience not only allows them to survive tough times, but also to thrive, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Self-sufficiency is a path to freedom. It frees you from the limitations of dependency, from the fear of abandonment or rejection, and from the need for constant validation. When you are self-sufficient, you know that you are complete as you are, capable of meeting your own needs and finding fulfillment within. This independence does not isolate you, but rather empowers you to engage with the world more fully. You are able to give without expecting in return, to love without needing approval, and to pursue your passions without fearing failure. You live life on your own terms, guided by your own inner wisdom, and grounded in a profound sense of self-worth. Self-sufficiency is not simply an achievement, it is a way of being, a state of mind that liberates you to live authentically with courage, peace, and joy. Freedom from attachment is one of the most transformative forms of liberation a person can experience. Attachment, in this context, is not about genuine love or connection, but rather the clinging and dependency on people, things, and outcomes to feel complete or secure. When we base our happiness, identity, or worth on something outside of ourselves, we become bound to it. To be free from attachment is to cultivate a state of inner peace that remains undisturbed by life's inevitable changes. It is about releasing the need for external validation, control, and certainty, and discovering that true contentment comes from within. Attachment often stems from a sense of lack or insecurity. When we feel incomplete or uncertain of our worth, we may look to external sources, relationships, possessions, status, or achievements to fill that perceived void. These attachments become intertwined with our identity, shaping how we view ourselves and the world. The more tightly we cling to these attachments, the more fragile our sense of self becomes, because it is based on circumstances beyond our control. We end up fearing loss or change, as they threaten to unravel the very foundation upon which our happiness and identity rest. This dependency fosters a mindset of scarcity, where fulfillment is always conditional and never truly guaranteed. But to begin breaking free from attachment, one must first recognize the impermanence of all things. Nothing in life is fixed or everlasting. People, circumstances, and material possessions come and go, as do emotions, desires, and even thoughts. Understanding this truth encourages us to embrace life's transience rather than resist it. When we accept that everything is in a constant state of flux, we begin to release the unrealistic expectation that something external can offer lasting happiness or security. Instead, we learn to appreciate each moment, relationship, or achievement as a fleeting experience, allowing us to enjoy it fully without clinging to it. One key element in achieving freedom from attachment is cultivating self-awareness. Attachment often operates unconsciously, rooted in old beliefs, fears, or conditioning that lead us to believe we need something to feel whole. By examining these inner motivations, we uncover the underlying causes of our attachments. Perhaps we believe that without a certain job or status, we lack value, or that without a relationship, we are incomplete. These beliefs drive our attachment and ultimately our suffering. Through self-reflection and mindfulness, we gain insight into these patterns, allowing us to question their validity and to detach from them. Detachment, however, does not mean apathy or indifference. It is not about disconnecting from life or avoiding relationships and goals. Rather, it is about approaching these aspects of life with an open heart and a clear mind, without placing the burden of our fulfillment upon them. We can still love deeply, pursue our dreams, and build meaningful connections, but we do so from a place of inner security. When we are free from attachment, we are no longer trying to control or possess. Instead, we learn to flow with life. We are fully present, experiencing each moment without the need to cling or grasp, trusting that whatever comes or goes is part of a larger harmony. This freedom from attachment brings a profound sense of peace. No longer are we held captive by fear of loss or disappointment. We no longer need to cling to specific outcomes or manipulate situations to feel secure. Instead, we cultivate an internal stability that is not affected by external circumstances. This inner peace creates a sense of wholeness, allowing us to live with a quiet confidence that we are enough as we are. When we are no longer trying to complete ourselves with attachments, we become lighter, more flexible, and more resilient. Life becomes less of a struggle and more of an adventure, a journey of self-discovery and growth. Freedom from attachment allows for greater authenticity in relationships. Often, our relationships suffer because of our need to possess or control. Attachment can create expectations, fears, and dependencies that prevent us from truly loving and accepting others as they are. When we detach, we are able to appreciate others without seeking to own or change them. We give them the freedom to be themselves, and we offer our love without condition or agenda. This creates relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, free from the distortions of jealousy, fear, or dependency. Practicing gratitude can also help us release attachment. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we think we lack to what we already have, fostering a sense of abundance. By appreciating the people, experiences, and things we currently have, we reduce the desire to grasp for more. We start to see the beauty and richness in the present moment, rather than fixating on future desires or past regrets. This gratitude encourages us to live fully in the now, enjoying each experience without the need to possess or cling to it. Perhaps the most liberating aspect of freedom from attachment is the discovery of self-sufficiency. When we let go of our dependencies on external factors, we uncover a deeper source of fulfillment within ourselves. We begin to realize that our true happiness and peace come from within, from our own inner alignment, rather than from any external possession or relationship. This realization is empowering, as it reminds us that we already have everything we need within us to be content. We are no longer slaves to circumstance, we become the creators of our own experience. Freedom from attachment is not about renouncing the world or avoiding desires. It is about transforming our relationship to them. It is about engaging with life fully, but without the weight of dependency. It is about letting go of the need to control and trusting in the natural flow of life. As we learn to release our attachments, we find a sense of joy and peace that is not dependent on any external factor. We become free to live, to love, and to explore, unencumbered by fear or desire. This is the true liberation of the spirit, a state of being where one is fully present, fully alive, and fully at peace with whatever unfolds. Inner peace is a unique form of companionship, one that remains unwavering and present, regardless of external circumstances. Often we look to friends and relationships to provide comfort, reassurance, and understanding. While relationships can be fulfilling, there is another source of friendship available to each of us, a friendship with ourselves, built upon inner peace. This friendship is not conditional, it doesn't fluctuate based on others' actions or circumstances. It's a steadfast presence that offers the same qualities we often seek from friends: acceptance, support, and understanding. In nurturing inner peace, we cultivate a loyal companion within, an inner ally that provides us with strength, wisdom, and resilience. The first step in embracing inner peace as a form of friendship is learning to truly accept ourselves. With friends, we often feel safe and accepted, flaws and all. Inner peace brings a similar, if not deeper, level of acceptance. To achieve this, we must let go of harsh self-judgment and become more compassionate towards ourselves. This does not mean ignoring areas of growth, but rather approaching them with understanding and kindness rather than criticism. When we stop trying to fit ourselves into others' expectations or worrying about how we appear to the world, we begin to settle into a state of ease. This self-acceptance creates a quiet joy and contentment that feels like being in the company of a supportive friend. Inner peace also means finding comfort in solitude, a skill that many people struggle to develop. In a world that often glorifies constant interaction, it can be easy to feel uncomfortable when alone. However, when we develop inner peace, solitude transforms from a state of loneliness into one of companionship with ourselves. We begin to appreciate quiet moments and to see solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection, relaxation, and reconnection with our inner world. In these moments, we cultivate a deep and abiding friendship with ourselves, one that is just as enriching and fulfilling as time spent with others. We no longer rely on external distractions to fill a void. Instead, we find satisfaction in simply being present. To foster inner peace as friendship, it is essential to listen to ourselves with the same attentiveness we would offer to a close friend. Just as we would lend an ear to a friend's concerns, we must learn to listen to our own thoughts and emotions without dismissing or repressing them. Inner peace grows from understanding and validating our own experiences. When we are upset or anxious, it's an opportunity to check in with ourselves, to offer comfort and understanding rather than impatience or avoidance. By honoring our inner experiences, we build a relationship with ourselves that feels trustworthy and safe. We know that whatever arises, we are capable of facing it with a calm, steady presence. Inner peace also brings a sense of encouragement, which is another hallmark of friendship. True friends are often there to lift us up, to remind us of our strengths and potential when we doubt ourselves. Developing inner peace allows us to become that encourager for ourselves. Instead of harsh self-talk, we begin to speak to ourselves with a voice of encouragement and positivity. We recognize our value and our strengths, acknowledging our achievements and learning from our mistakes without spiraling into self-criticism. This compassionate inner voice becomes a source of motivation and resilience, reminding us that we are always capable of moving forward, even when the path feels uncertain. One of the most profound aspects of inner peace as friendship is the stability it provides. External friendships, while rewarding, are inherently subject to the fluctuations of life. People change, circumstances shift, and relationships can grow apart. But when we cultivate a friendship with ourselves, we establish a stable and enduring relationship that we can rely on at any moment. Inner peace does not waver based on others' actions or opinions. It is a steady foundation that remains with us through all of life's ups and downs. This sense of stability is invaluable, as it gives us a constant source of grounding and calm, regardless of the challenges we may face. As inner peace grows, it transforms how we interact with others. When we are at peace within, we bring a calm, balanced energy into our relationships. We no longer depend on others for validation or happiness, allowing our relationships to become more genuine and less burdened by unmet expectations. Instead of needing friends or loved ones to complete us, we can enjoy their presence from a place of fullness and self-sufficiency. Inner peace allows us to be more understanding, less reactive, and more present with those around us. We are free to give love without fear or dependency, creating relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and acceptance. Furthermore, the friendship of inner peace brings a sense of joy that is not reliant on external circumstances. Often we turn to friends to lift our spirits, to distract us from life's difficulties, or to provide entertainment. But with inner peace, joy arises naturally from within, independent of outside factors. It's a quiet, steady contentment that fills our moments, whether we are alone or with others. This inner joy is different from the fleeting happiness that comes from external sources. It's a lasting state of well-being that comes from knowing we are whole as we are. This joy allows us to live more fully in each moment, savoring the richness of life without constantly seeking more. Inner peace as friendship ultimately leads us to greater self-awareness and growth. In friendship with ourselves, we are open to learning from our experiences, embracing challenges as opportunities to deepen our understanding. We reflect on our actions, choices, and beliefs with a gentle curiosity, willing to grow and change without judgment. This ongoing self-discovery is one of the most fulfilling aspects of inner peace. It allows us to continually evolve, nurturing a relationship with ourselves that is ever deepening and enriching. Inner peace as friendship is a journey towards self-compassion, resilience, and joy. It is a relationship that provides all the qualities we seek in a friend: acceptance, understanding, encouragement, stability, and joy. When we cultivate inner peace, we carry within us a constant source of comfort and companionship, a relationship that remains strong and unwavering through all of life's changes. By nurturing this inner friendship, we become our own source of strength, capable of navigating life's challenges with grace and calm. This friendship with ourselves is a gift, a wellspring of peace that allows us to walk through life with confidence, balance, and a heart that is truly at ease. In embracing inner peace, as a true friendship, we cultivate an unwavering source of strength, joy, and resilience that remains with us through life's every season. This inner companionship, built on self-acceptance, understanding, and encouragement, becomes a sanctuary, a steady presence that fills our lives with calm and balance. Rather than depending on external circumstances or validation, we find fulfillment within, giving us the power to navigate life with grace, compassion, and authentic happiness. When we nurture this relationship with ourselves, we become our own best ally, capable of loving others fully and engaging with the world without losing our center. Thank you for listening, and may your journey to inner peace bring you the deepest friendship you could ever know. Imagine for a moment that you are a gentle stream flowing effortlessly toward the vast ocean. You don't question your direction, nor do you rush to arrive. You simply flow, trusting that every turn and obstacle will ultimately lead you there. This is the wisdom of letting go, of surrendering your desires to the greater, unseen forces at work. To truly live in alignment with your deepest desires and aspirations, one must understand the power of faithful surrender. This is not mere submission or resignation, but a conscious release of attachment to outcomes, a letting go of the obsessive need to control every detail of your life. Faithful surrender calls for a deep trust in the unseen forces at play, in a universe that is not only responsive but actively working in harmony with your highest good. When you embrace this power, you step into a realm where you no longer feel the need to strive relentlessly, but rather you find a quiet certainty that all you seek is already moving toward you. For a moment, that life is like a river. When you attempt to control its current, to manipulate the flow, or change its course, you only create resistance. But if you surrender, if you allow the river to guide you, you'll find that the journey becomes smoother, more natural. Faithful surrender, in this sense, is the act of releasing resistance. It's trusting that you don't need to push or struggle to bring about what is meant for you. You simply flow with the river of life, trusting that it will take you exactly where you need to go. This kind of surrender does not imply passivity or inaction. In fact, it requires immense strength and courage. It means that you act from a place of inner knowing rather than desperation, that you make choices without clinging to specific results. Faithful surrender requires you to believe deep in your heart that all things are aligning in your favor, even when external appearances may suggest otherwise. When you let go of fear and anxiety about outcomes, you free yourself from the limitations of doubt, and instead you open yourself to the limitless potential of possibility. The essence of faithful surrender lies in understanding that there is a greater intelligence at work, an energy that is infinitely wiser and more resourceful than any human mind. When you surrender to this intelligence, you recognize that there are countless ways your desires can come to fruition, ways you may never have considered or even imagined. This awareness brings with it a profound sense of peace. You begin to realize that you don't have to know every step, nor do you need to solve every problem. Your task is simply to stay aligned with your vision, to nurture the feelings of already having it, and to trust that the how and the when are being handled by forces beyond your immediate perception. Letting go, therefore, is not a sign of weakness, it is an acknowledgement of a higher strength. It is saying, I am willing to allow things to unfold as they are meant to. It means releasing any attachment to how things should happen, and instead embracing a profound faith that they will happen in the best way possible. This faith becomes the foundation of your life, the quiet assurance that even if things seem unclear or uncertain, they are still working toward your ultimate good. When you practice faithful surrender, you begin to notice shifts in your experience. You find yourself less reactive, less prone to anxiety, and more centered in the present moment. You stop dwelling on past regrets or worrying about future challenges, for you understand that each moment is a stepping stone to your desired reality. Surrender brings with it a sense of freedom, a lightness that allows you to live fully without the constant burden of what if. You feel liberated from the weight of constant striving, for you have come to trust that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. Consider this: when you are no longer consumed by the need to control every detail, you become more receptive to inspiration and intuition. Your mind quiets, and in that silence you are able to hear the gentle whispers of guidance. You find yourself drawn to people, places, and opportunities that align with your desires, and you begin to see life as a beautiful dance between your intentions and the universe's responses. Faithful surrender opens doors that you didn't even know existed. It is the key to allowing miracles to enter, for you have created the space for them to manifest. In this state of surrender, your emotions shift as well. You no longer live in a state of longing or lack. Instead, you begin to embody the feelings of having already achieved your desires. You feel gratitude, joy, and contentment as if your desires are already realized. This emotional state acts as a powerful magnet, drawing into your experience the people, events, and circumstances that resonate with your fulfilled desires. This is the magic of surrender. By feeling complete within yourself, you attract completeness in your outer world. But there will be times when doubt creeps in, when it feels difficult to trust in something you cannot see. In these moments, remind yourself that faithful surrender does not mean ignoring challenges or denying reality. Rather, it means viewing them from a higher perspective. It means understanding that every setback, every delay, every apparent obstacle is part of a larger plan, one that is ultimately leading you toward what you truly seek. Trusting this process is not always easy, but it is essential. The more you cultivate this trust, the stronger it becomes, until it forms the bedrock of your life. Faithful surrender, then, is a daily, even moment-by-moment choice to let go of control and trust the unfolding of your life. With each step, as you release fear, doubt, and the need for control, you step into a realm of grace. You become like that river, flowing effortlessly toward your destiny, knowing that each twist and turn is part of the perfect design. Surrender does not diminish you, it elevates you, placing you in a state of openness, where you can receive all that the universe has prepared for you. Faithful surrender is a journey of coming home to yourself. It is about realizing that you are already whole, that you have within you the power to create the life you desire. But to fully unlock that power, you must be willing to release your grip, to let go of how you think things should be, and to trust in the wisdom that guides all things. This is the ultimate act of faith, that, when practiced, becomes the most powerful force in your life. Imagination is the gateway to the reality you wish to experience. It is the silent architect of your life, shaping everything you encounter through the vivid images and emotions that you hold in your mind. Imagination is often seen as an idle activity, a flight of fancy or mere daydreaming, but it is far more powerful than most realize. When harnessed consciously, imagination becomes a profound creative force. It allows you to see beyond the current limitations of your physical world and opens you to the endless possibilities of what could be. In truth, imagination is your most potent tool for transformation, for it enables you to conceive, feel, and ultimately bring to life the circumstances you desire. Think of imagination as the bridge between your desires and their manifestation. When you imagine, you are not merely picturing a scene in your mind, you are shaping an energy blueprint that begins to attract the people, events, and opportunities that align with that vision. Every invention, every work of art, every extraordinary achievement began as a seed in someone's imagination. Those who dared to imagine boldly and act with faith turned those images into reality. This ability is not limited to a select few, it resides within everyone, waiting to be awakened and applied with intention. To understand the true power of imagination, it's essential to realize that your inner world of thoughts and images is constantly influencing your outer world of experiences. What you focus on in your mind, whether consciously or unconsciously, is projected onto the canvas of your life. When you dwell on thoughts of lack, fear, or limitation, these negative images create a frequency that attracts more of the same. But when you shift your imagination to dwell on abundance, love, and success, you set in motion a new energy that reshapes your reality. The key lies in being mindful of where you direct this creative power and choosing to imagine with purpose. To use imagination effectively, it's essential to immerse yourself fully in the experience you desire. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and see your life as if your desires have already come true. Feel the emotions you would feel if you were living your ideal reality right now. This is not a passive process, it requires an active engagement of the senses. Picture every detail with vivid clarity, the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations. Allow yourself to experience it as if it were happening in this moment. The mind does not distinguish between an actual experience and a vividly imagined one. Both create the same emotional response, the same impact on your subconscious. When you engage in this imaginative process, you are impressing your desires upon your subconscious mind. The subconscious in turn takes these impressions and works tirelessly to manifest them in your physical experience. Just as a seed grows into a plant, given the right conditions, the images you hold in your mind grow into the circumstances of your life. The more frequently you focus on a particular image with positive feeling, the more deeply it is ingrained in your subconscious, and the faster it will come into being. Yet, imagination must be used with faith and belief, for mere wishful thinking is not enough to create change. You must believe in the reality of what you are imagining, even if no physical evidence yet exists. This requires a level of conviction and trust that many find challenging, especially when their current reality seems to contradict their desires. But this is where the power of imagination shines brightest. By believing in your vision and allowing it to occupy your mind consistently, you override the limiting patterns that have kept you in the same place. 2. That the reality you wish for already exists within a realm of possibility. In the vastness of the universe, there are infinite versions of your life, each reflecting different choices, beliefs, and imaginings. The version of you living in abundance, fulfillment, and joy is as real as the one experiencing struggle or limitation. Your imagination serves as the tuning fork that brings you into harmony with the reality you desire. When you imagine with feeling, you align yourself with the energy of that desired experience, and by doing so you draw it into your present life. It's important to remember that imagination is not just a tool for grand desires or life-changing transformations. It can also be used in the smaller details of everyday life. For example, if you are facing a challenging situation, you can imagine yourself handling it with confidence, calm, and grace. By visualizing a positive outcome, you not only shift your perception of the situation but also set in motion the energies needed to bring about that outcome. Over time, as you make imagination a consistent practice, you will notice a shift in how you respond to life. You become less reactive to outer conditions, because you understand that you can shape those conditions from within. Persistence is also essential when using imagination as your creative power. Change does not always happen instantly. It requires patience and repetition. The more you return to your desired images with feeling and conviction, the stronger they become in your subconscious. Doubt and fear may arise, especially if your current reality seems at odds with what you're imagining, but this is natural. Simply observe these doubts without giving them energy and return your focus to your vision. Each time you do this, you strengthen your creative power and reinforce your alignment with your desires. Imagination is a gift, one that allows you to transcend the limitations of your current circumstances. It empowers you to see beyond what is and envision what can be. By embracing this gift, by using it consciously and with faith, you open yourself to a life of limitless potential. You are not at the mercy of fate or circumstances. You are a creator, endowed with the power to shape your destiny. Trust in this power, believe in your vision, and let your imagination guide you toward the life you wish to experience. Through imagination, you realize that the future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create, moment by moment, with the images and emotions you choose to hold in your mind. The state of allowing is a profound and often underestimated part of the process of manifesting desires. To allow is to enter a space of receptive openness, to cultivate an inner stillness where resistance ceases and trust begins. When you allow, you align yourself with the natural flow of the universe, inviting your desires to come into your life without force or struggle. This state is not one of passivity, rather, it is an active, conscious choice to let go of doubt and fear, to believe in the unfolding of life, and to welcome the manifestations of your intentions. Allowing means releasing the need to control outcomes. When you release control, you create a space of non-resistance where your desires can come to fruition in the best possible way. Often people place limitations on their desires by deciding exactly how and when they must manifest. This creates a tension, a rigidity that blocks the flow of possibility. But by allowing, you shift your focus from how and when to simply what you choose to remain clear on your desires, holding them with unwavering certainty, but you relinquish the need to dictate the details. In doing so, you leave room for the universe to bring about outcomes that may exceed your expectations. In the state of allowing, you trust the process, understanding that there is a divine timing at play, far wiser and more intricate than you can perceive. Just as a seed needs time to grow, your desires need time to take shape in the physical realm. Allowing involves trusting that each step is purposeful, that even apparent setbacks are guiding you closer to your desire. It is about maintaining your vision without impatience, knowing that the universe is orchestrating the perfect sequence of events. This trust creates a calm confidence, a steady assurance that what you seek is already on its way to you, unfolding in the right time and manner. Allowing also involves releasing attachment to outcomes. Attachment often stems from a sense of lack or fear that you may not receive what you desire. When you become overly attached, you place yourself in a state of neediness, which creates resistance. This resistance acts like a barrier, repelling the very thing you wish to attract. But when you allow, you shift into a state of sufficiency, recognizing that you are already whole, already capable of experiencing joy and fulfillment. This mindset brings a sense of freedom, because you know that your happiness does not depend on a single outcome. You are open to the infinite possibilities of how your desires might manifest. Then is to embody the feeling of already having what you desire. You choose to live in the emotional state that you believe your desires will bring, even before they appear in your physical reality. This practice is not about pretending or denying your current circumstances, but about aligning with the vibration of your desires. When you embody the emotions of love, joy, abundance, or peace, you raise your frequency to match the experiences you wish to attract. This state of inner alignment naturally draws into your life people, opportunities, and events that resonate with those feelings. Allowing also requires patience, which can be one of the most challenging aspects. Patience is not about waiting passively or with frustration. It is an active acceptance of the present moment while holding a positive expectation for the future. In the state of allowing, you understand that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't appear that way from your limited perspective. This patience enables you to remain calm and focused without succumbing to anxiety or doubt. It frees you from the pressure of rushing or pushing, as you know that everything you desire will come to you at the right time. An essential part of allowing is cultivating gratitude, Gratitude shifts your attention away from what you lack and centers it on what you already have. When you express appreciation for your current blessings, you signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude opens your heart, creating a sense of abundance that invites further abundance. By being thankful for what is, you pave the way for what can be, as gratitude raises your vibration and places you in harmony with the good you seek to attract. Allowing is also an invitation to surrender judgment both of yourself and of the process. Often people judge their worthiness based on past experiences, mistakes, or perceived flaws, which creates a sense of unworthiness that can block the manifestation of their desires. In the state of allowing, you release the need to judge yourself harshly. You recognize that you are deserving of all good things simply by virtue of being. This self-acceptance is essential because it removes the barriers of self-doubt, replacing them with a gentle self-assurance. You realize that you are enough, just as you are, and that you are worthy of every blessing you desire. In the state of allowing, you become a co-creator with the universe. You recognize that you are not alone in the process of bringing your desires to life. You are in partnership with a force that is far greater than any obstacle. This awareness brings a sense of peace, as you realize that you do not have to carry the entire burden of creation on your own shoulders. You are supported, guided, and loved, and when you allow, you give space for this support to reach you. The state of allowing is a profound act of self-love and trust. It is the decision to let go of fear and replace it with faith. It is a willingness to embrace uncertainty, knowing that every twist and turn is leading you toward your highest good. In this state, you are no longer bound by the limitations of your current circumstances, for you understand that you are always in a state of becoming, always expanding into greater versions of yourself. When you allow, you give permission for the universe to work its magic. You become a vessel for grace, a recipient of miracles. This state of allowing, this openness to receive, transforms your life from one of struggle to one of ease. You flow with life rather than against it, and in doing so you experience the joy, peace, and fulfillment that come from knowing that all you seek is already yours, simply waiting to be realized. Aligning with divine timing means surrendering to the flow of life, allowing events to unfold in their natural rhythm without forcing outcomes or clinging to rigid expectations. Divine timing isn't about passive waiting or inactivity. It is an invitation to live with intentional patience, a recognition that there is a higher intelligence orchestrating the unfolding of your life. In a world that often values immediacy and control, learning to align with divine timing is a powerful act of trust. It requires faith that everything you desire is on its way to you, and it will arrive not a moment too soon or too late, but precisely when it's meant to. To align with divine timing, the first step is cultivating an inner stillness, a state of being where you can listen to the subtle guidance of your intuition. When we are constantly rushing, overthinking, or clinging to a specific outcome, we drown out the gentle nudges of our inner guidance, making it harder to discern the signs and synchronicities that indicate when to act and when to wait. By calming the mind and centering ourselves, we become more attuned to the cues from the universe that signal the right moment to move forward. Divine timing often presents itself as a natural sense of readiness, where everything falls into place without effort and the path forward becomes clear. Aligning with divine timing also means trusting that any delays, setbacks, or challenges you encounter are part of the process, not hindrances. These moments of apparent delay serve a purpose, whether it's to allow more preparation, foster growth, or bring new insights that are essential for the fulfillment of your desire. When things don't happen according to your preferred timeline, it's easy to become frustrated or disheartened. Yet, divine timing asks you to trust that every pause has a reason. Often it is during these times of waiting that we gain the most valuable lessons, the insights that prepare us to receive our desires fully and with gratitude. One of the most challenging aspects of aligning with divine timing is releasing the need for control. When you try to dictate every step, you close yourself off to possibilities that may surpass what you initially envisioned. Divine timing doesn't adhere to the human concept of time. It operates in an eternal now, where events unfold in the most harmonious way. When you let go of control, you open the door for outcomes that may be beyond your wildest dreams, outcomes that bring a sense of fulfillment and peace, because they arrived when you were truly ready to receive them. It is essential to remember that divine timing is not passive or stagnant. It requires your active participation in the form of inspired action. Inspired action is different from action driven by impatience or fear. When you act out of alignment, you often feel rushed, stressed, or doubtful. In contrast, inspired action feels natural and effortless, arising from a place of joy and enthusiasm. These are the actions that come from a deep sense of alignment with your purpose, and they contribute to the unfolding of your desires in harmony with divine timing. Trust that there will be moments when you feel compelled to act, and these moments will guide you closer to your goals without disrupting the natural flow. To align with divine timing also means recognizing the importance of patience. In today's fast-paced world, patience is often seen as a virtue in short supply, yet it is a powerful force when you are working with universal energies. Patience is not mere waiting, it is an active and intentional state of receptivity. It is choosing to remain calm and centered, even when you cannot see immediate results. Divine timing teaches you to find peace in the present moment, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. By practicing patience, you demonstrate faith in the timing of the universe and allow it to work in your favor. Another vital aspect of divine timing is learning to embrace uncertainty. The path toward your desires is not always linear or predictable. There may be twists, turns, and detours that lead you to unexpected places, and each of these experiences has value. By embracing uncertainty, you release the need for everything to be neatly defined or logically mapped out. You allow life to surprise you, to reveal new paths, new relationships, and new opportunities that align with the timing of your higher good. Embracing uncertainty is a powerful way to live in alignment with divine timing, because it shows that you trust in the process, even if you cannot see the full picture. Aligning with divine timing also involves practicing gratitude for the present. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a vibration of abundance and openness. When you are grateful for the journey, for each step and each lesson, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude grounds you in the here and now, reminding you that each moment is a stepping stone toward the realization of your desires. By appreciating where you are today, you prepare yourself to receive the blessings that are on their way in the perfect time. Aligning with divine timing means honoring your inner self-worth. Often we hold ourselves back from fully receiving our desires because deep down we question if we are worthy. Divine timing is not only about when things happen, but also about who you become in the process. The journey of waiting, of preparing, and of trusting builds your character and cultivates your self-worth. When you believe that you are worthy of all the good that life has to offer, you align yourself with the frequency of your desires, allowing them to flow to you effortlessly. Living in harmony with divine timing is a state of profound faith and self-trust. It is understanding that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. It is choosing to align yourself with the rhythm of life, where you move forward when called and wait patiently when required. Divine timing is not a race, it is a dance, a graceful unfolding of events that bring you closer to your highest self. By surrendering to this process, by embracing patience, and by acting with intention, you unlock the full potential of what life has to offer. Each step of aligning with divine timing brings you closer to the life you envision, but it also brings peace, joy, and fulfillment in the present. When you trust the timing of the universe, you realize that everything you desire is already on its way, unfolding perfectly, with each moment building upon the last. You are not just waiting, you are co-creating, participating in a beautiful dance with life that brings your desires into reality at the perfect time. The practice of inner stillness is an invitation to step into a place of deep peace within yourself, a place that transcends the noise and distractions of daily life. It is a conscious choice to calm the mind and connect with the silence that exists beneath the surface of thought and emotion. In a world that is often filled with activity and stimulation, inner stillness provides a sanctuary, a state of being that offers clarity, insight, and profound calm. It is a powerful practice that can transform your life, helping you navigate challenges with grace and align more fully with your authentic self. It is not about emptying the mind or achieving a state of complete thoughtlessness. Rather, it is about creating space within yourself where you can observe your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. In this space, you gain perspective and awareness, seeing your thoughts as they are transient, passing through like clouds in the sky. This detachment allows you to recognize that you are not your thoughts or emotions, you are the one who observes them. In this recognition, you find freedom, a sense of peace that is not dependent on external circumstances or the fluctuations of the mind. Practicing inner stillness often begins with the breath. The breath is a natural bridge between the mind and body, a rhythm that is always present and can anchor you to the present moment. By focusing on your breath, you gently redirect your attention away from mental chatter, calming the nervous system and bringing yourself into a state of relaxation. Each inhale and exhale draws you deeper into the now, grounding you in a place of presence. Over time, this simple act of conscious breathing cultivates a state of inner stillness, where the mind slows down and you connect with a deeper awareness within yourself. You enter a state of pure presence, where you are fully engaged with the moment as it is, without judgment or resistance. This presence is transformative because it allows you to experience life more directly, without the filters of past conditioning or future anxieties. When you are present, you see things more clearly, hear more deeply, and respond to situations with greater calm and wisdom. You are no longer reacting automatically. Instead, you are consciously choosing how to engage with each moment. This shift from reaction to response is one of the profound gifts of inner stillness, as it empowers you to move through life with greater clarity and intentionality. Inner stillness also opens the door to greater self-awareness. When you are still, you can observe the patterns of your mind, noticing recurring thoughts, beliefs, and emotional responses. This self-observation sheds light on parts of yourself that may have been hidden or unconscious, allowing you to bring awareness to habits and patterns that no longer serve you. In this space of stillness, you can see your conditioning, your fears, and your desires with compassion and detachment. This self-awareness is essential for personal growth, as it enables you to make choices that are in alignment with your true self, rather than being driven by unconscious patterns. A profound aspect of inner stillness is its ability to foster a sense of connection with something greater than yourself. In the silence of stillness, you may feel a deep sense of oneness, a realization that you are part of a vast and interconnected whole. This sense of unity brings a peace that is beyond words, a knowing that you are not isolated but intricately connected to all of life. Many people describe this experience as touching the divine or feeling the presence of the universe within them. This connection nourishes the soul, providing a sense of purpose and belonging that is deeply fulfilling. It is also a powerful tool for dealing with stress and adversity. When faced with challenging situations, the mind often races with worry, fear, or doubt. By cultivating inner stillness, you develop a refuge within yourself, a place you can return to when life feels overwhelming. In this inner sanctuary, you can find strength and resilience, knowing that you are grounded in a peace that cannot be shaken by external events. This calmness allows you to approach difficulties with a clear mind and an open heart, responding to challenges from a place of wisdom and compassion rather than from fear or reactivity. The practice of inner stillness does not require complex techniques or specific rituals. It simply requires a commitment to being present. You can practice stillness at any moment, whether you are sitting in meditation, walking in nature, or even engaging in everyday activities. The key is to bring awareness to whatever you are doing, to engage with it fully, and to let go of distractions. Over time, as you practice inner stillness, it becomes a natural part of your life, a state of being that you can access effortlessly. This practice enriches every aspect of life, bringing a sense of depth, joy, and fulfillment to even the simplest moments. Is not a destination, it is an ongoing journey. There will be times when the mind is restless, when thoughts and emotions pull you in various directions. This is natural, and it is part of the process. The practice is to return to stillness again and again, to gently guide yourself back to that place of peace within. Each time you return, you strengthen your connection to your inner self, deepening your awareness and cultivating a resilience that is rooted in inner calm. This commitment to stillness, even in the face of distraction or difficulty, is a powerful act of self-love and self-respect. As you deepen in the practice of inner stillness, you may find that your relationship with the world transforms. You become less affected by external pressures, less swayed by the opinions and expectations of others. Instead, you are guided by an inner compass, a sense of direction that comes from your own inner wisdom. This inner alignment allows you to live with authenticity, integrity, and grace, staying true to yourself in all situations. The peace you cultivate within radiates outward, influencing not only your own life but also the lives of those around you. The inner stillness is a return to your true nature. Beneath the noise of the mind and the fluctuations of emotion lies a place of pure awareness, a space that is eternally calm and unchanging. This is the essence of who you are, the presence that witnesses all experience without becoming entangled in it. The practice of inner stillness is a journey back to this essence, a rediscovery of the peace and wholeness that have always been within you. In this space you find a freedom that cannot be taken away, a joy that is not dependent on circumstances, and a love that is boundless and unconditional. In conclusion, the journey to inner stillness is one of the most profound gifts you can give yourself. It brings clarity, resilience, and a deep sense of peace, enabling you to navigate life with grace and strength. As you cultivate this inner sanctuary, you'll find yourself less affected by the chaos around you, more connected to your true self, and better able to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and compassion. Inner stillness is not just a practice, but a way of being that transforms how you live, love, and experience each moment. Thank you for taking the time to explore this journey of inner peace and self-discovery. May you continue to find strength, clarity, and joy in the stillness within. My friends, it is not a secret to God that you are weary. He hears every whisper of your heart, every unspoken plea, and every silent moment of fatigue. When you feel alone, burdened, and uncertain, you are, in truth, far from alone. There is a higher consciousness, a presence so deeply aware of your trials that it feels them as intimately as you do. You may wonder if your pain is unseen, or if your cries echo unheard, but I tell you, they are not lost. Every beat of your heart is known. There exists a presence, a boundless awareness that knows your heart better than you do. This awareness is not a distant, passive observer, but an intimately connected part of who you are, a consciousness that hears every thought, feels every emotion, and understands every unspoken word. It is the divine intelligence that breathes life into every living being, that has woven itself into the very fabric of your existence. It perceives you in totality, with a depth and purity of understanding that no earthly connection could match. This presence is both personal and universal, both within you and around you, and it knows your struggles even when you have no words to describe them. In your moments of silence and solitude, when you are stripped bare of pretense, this divine awareness is closer than ever. It sees your dreams, your worries, and your fears with perfect clarity, without judgment or impatience. You may try to hide parts of yourself from others, those aspects that you consider flawed or unworthy. But this presence, this knowing force, does not turn away from even the most hidden parts of you. Instead, it envelops you fully, seeing your challenges and your doubts not as failings but as a natural part of the journey. It sees beyond your self-doubts, beyond the limits you believe in, and holds an unwavering vision of your highest potential. Consider this: there is no separation between you and this divine awareness. It feels the tremors of your heart as if they were its own. It does not overlook your cries for help or ignore the longing that stirs within you. So when you are overwhelmed, when weariness sets in so deeply that it feels etched into your very bones, Know that this presence is aware. It recognizes that you carry burdens that sometimes feel impossible to bear, and it does not expect you to manage them alone. Your moments of doubt and exhaustion are met with compassion, not judgment. There is a loving gaze upon you, one that understands the weight of your journey. In the quiet spaces, in the moments when you stop striving and simply allow yourself to be, you can feel this awareness more clearly. Sometimes it whispers in the form of intuition, a gentle nudge guiding you toward what is right for you, or it reveals itself in the sudden clarity of thought that seems to come from nowhere. Other times, it may come as an unexpected sense of peace that floods your being, reminding you that everything is, indeed, okay. This awareness is subtle but profound, always waiting for you to turn inward and connect. To be seen in this way is to be known in your truest form, beyond your insecurities, beyond your fears, beyond the roles you play. When you understand that this divine awareness sees you so fully, you can begin to release the need to prove yourself or to hide parts of who you are. There is a freedom in knowing that every part of you is already held with unconditional love and acceptance. It is as if a weight is lifted. You are free to be who you truly are without the need to perform, to earn love, or to struggle for recognition. This awareness does not see your weariness as weakness. In fact, it sees your exhaustion as a part of the unfolding path, a reminder to rest, to allow yourself to lean into this divine understanding that you are never alone. This presence is always there to support you, ready to hold you when you need it. It is a reminder that there is no shame in seeking comfort, no fault in feeling overwhelmed. In these moments of surrender, you tap into a strength beyond your own, a boundless well of energy and love that can renew and refresh you in ways nothing else can. Imagine the transformation that occurs when you realize deep within that you are understood at this level. Suddenly, the need to be seen or heard by others loses its urgency, for you know that you are already profoundly understood. This sense of being known gives rise to a peace that is not dependent on external validation or approval. It is a peace that anchors you even in the midst of life's storms, for it assures you that your worth is beyond question, that your journey is honored, and that your struggles are met with empathy. To rest in this awareness is to find a sanctuary within yourself. It is to know that no matter what the world throws at you, there is a place of unshakable love and understanding that you can return to at any time. Here you are reminded of your divine nature, of the infinite potential that lies within you, waiting to be expressed. You are not simply a being defined by the limitations of this physical world. You are a part of something far greater, something eternal. So, as you allow yourself to feel this divine presence more fully, your life begins to transform. The smallness of worry and doubt gives way to a greater faith in the unfolding of your life. You come to understand that there is nothing random about your experiences, that every challenge and every joy serves a purpose. Through this awareness, you learn to see the beauty in your journey, even in the moments of struggle, for you know that you are guided, loved, and deeply understood at every step. So, take comfort in the knowledge that this divine awareness is always with you, gently guiding you, renewing your strength, and holding you in perfect understanding. You are seen, you are cherished, and you are known. There comes a point on your journey when you may feel utterly exhausted, as though you've reached the end of your ability to keep moving forward. You've done all you can, you've fought, struggled, and strived to shape your life according to your desires. Yet, despite your best efforts, the weight of life's challenges sometimes feels insurmountable. It is in these moments, when you stand at the edge of your own strength, that the true nature of faith reveals itself. Surrender in this context is not about giving up on life or abandoning your dreams. Rather, it is the act of releasing control over every outcome and trusting that a greater wisdom is guiding you, even when you cannot see the path. Surrendering in faith is a profound act of trust. It's an acknowledgement that you are part of something far larger than yourself, something infinitely wise and compassionate. This surrender is an invitation to let go of the tight grip you have on how you think things should be, to stop insisting that life conforms to your will, and to allow instead for a higher intelligence to work through you and around you. Faith, in this sense, is the bridge between what you desire and the willingness to let life unfold in its own way, knowing that what is meant for you will come, often in ways you could never have anticipated. When you surrender in faith, you don't abandon your dreams or your goals, rather, you release the burden of needing to control every step along the way. You continue to show up each day to put forth your best effort, but with an open heart and a willingness to allow things to evolve naturally. You shift from a mindset of struggle to one of trust, understanding that the universe operates with a wisdom that often surpasses your immediate understanding. Sometimes the answers you seek require time, growth, and experiences you have yet to encounter. Surrendering in faith means you are patient, knowing that everything has its own divine timing. This act of surrender is not always easy. It often requires you to step beyond the fears and doubts that arise when things don't go as planned. You might question whether you are being ignored, whether your dreams are too big, or whether you are worthy of what you desire. In these moments, surrendering in faith becomes an invitation to see your challenges through a different lens. Instead of viewing delays or obstacles as signs of failure, you begin to understand them as parts of the process, necessary steps that bring you closer to a deeper understanding of yourself and your journey. There is a strength in surrender that may surprise you. Contrary to the idea of giving up, true surrender requires courage and resilience. It asks you to face uncertainty with a sense of peace, to let go of the fear of the unknown, and to open yourself to a broader perspective. When you surrender, you step into the flow of life, no longer resisting its currents but moving with them. You find that life becomes less of a struggle and more of a dance, where you are a partner in a beautiful unfolding. You don't have to know every step, you only need to remain present and responsive to what is happening in each moment. As you surrender in faith, you begin to cultivate a sense of inner peace that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. You understand that, while life may not always go according to your plans, it is always leading you to where you need to be. Every setback, every moment of waiting, and every unexpected turn becomes an opportunity for growth and a deepening of trust. You come to see that your path is unique, guided by forces beyond your comprehension, and that each experience, whether joyful or challenging, serves a purpose in your spiritual journey. Surrender also brings a profound sense of freedom. No longer bound by the need to control every aspect of your life, you are free to live with a sense of openness and curiosity. You release the weight of expectations, both from yourself and from others, and embrace the unfolding of each day as it comes. This freedom allows you to experience life more fully, to find joy in the present moment, and to appreciate the beauty of the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. As you continue to surrender, you become more attuned to the gentle guidance of your intuition, that quiet inner voice that knows the way. With each act of surrender, your faith deepens and your connection to the divine becomes more tangible. You start to see signs and synchronicities that confirm you are on the right path, small reminders that you are being supported and that you are never alone. Even in moments of solitude or uncertainty, you feel the quiet presence of something greater, something that holds you in love and light. To surrender in faith is to trust in the unseen, to believe that there is a purpose to every experience, and to know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. It is an act of profound humility and courage, a recognition that you are part of a vast, interconnected whole, and that your journey is intimately woven into the fabric of the universe. As you let go of the need to control, you discover a peace that transcends understanding, a peace rooted in the knowledge that life is unfolding perfectly, guided by a wisdom that sees beyond your limited perspective. You find rest not in the certainty of outcomes, but in the certainty of divine presence, knowing that come what may, you are held in the gentle embrace of grace. The heart speaks a language all its own, one that transcends words, yet communicates with more power and clarity than any spoken language could. It is the language of feeling, of intuition, of quiet whispers that guide you, often gently and softly, toward your deepest truth. This language exists beyond logic and beyond rational understanding. It is an inner voice that speaks directly to your soul. When the heart speaks, it bypasses the mind's doubts and fears, moving straight into the core of who you are, asking you to listen, to trust, and to follow a path that may not always be clear, but is undoubtedly real and alive. Of the heart is a language of truth. In a world filled with noise and endless distractions, where we are often encouraged to suppress our feelings in favor of practicality, this language remains pure and unfiltered. It is not swayed by external expectations or societal pressures. Instead, it emerges from the depths of your own being, free from judgment or self-deception. It is a part of you that knows what you truly want, what you truly fear, and what you most deeply desire. It speaks to you in moments of silence, in times when you are alone with your thoughts, and in the quiet spaces between words. Listening to this language requires a willingness to be still, to set aside the endless chatter of the mind, and to create space for the heart to be heard. Unlike the mind, which often jumps from one thought to another, the heart communicates in a steady, gentle way. It may start with a subtle feeling, a sense of peace or discomfort, a tugging sensation that you cannot ignore. This is how the heart makes its voice known, not with loud proclamations, but with a quiet insistence that gently guides you back to yourself. The heart does not argue or debate, it simply points you toward what is real and meaningful to you. The heart often speaks through emotions and sensations rather than words. It communicates through a feeling of warmth, a surge of excitement, or a deep sense of calm when you are in alignment with your true self. It also speaks through feelings of unease, restlessness, or sadness when you are straying from your path. This is why it's so important to pay attention to your emotions, not as inconveniences or distractions, but as messengers from your heart. Every emotion carries information about your inner world, guiding you toward what resonates with your spirit and away from what does not. The heart is not concerned with appearances or with how things should be. It only knows what is. This language of the heart will never mislead you, even if it takes you down paths that seem uncertain or unfamiliar. The heart's language speaks to the things that matter most to you, even if they don't align with what others expect. It is not afraid to lead you into the unknown, trusting that you will find your way through. The heart's language encourages you to live authentically, to honor your true feelings, and to embrace the unique path that belongs only to you. When you begin to listen to this inner language, life takes on a new depth. You find yourself more attuned to the things that bring you joy, that light up your spirit, and that make you feel truly alive. The heart's guidance may not always make sense to the mind. It may ask you to take risks or to trust in things you cannot see. But this is where the beauty of the heart's language lies. It teaches you to live from a place of faith and connection, to follow your inner knowing, even when the path is unclear. In relationships, the heart's language allows you to connect with others in a way that transcends surface interactions. When you communicate from the heart, you share more than words. You share a part of yourself. You become vulnerable, open, and real. The heart encourages you to express your true feelings, to let down your guard, and to connect on a soul level. When two people communicate in the language of the heart, there is an unspoken understanding, a sense of being truly seen and accepted. This is the foundation of genuine connection and love. So the heart also brings healing. It guides you to acknowledge your pain and to embrace your experiences without judgment. The heart doesn't shy away from the difficult emotions. It meets them with compassion and acceptance. In moments of grief, loneliness, or loss, the heart's language is there to remind you that it is okay to feel, to hurt, and to heal in your own time. The heart teaches you that true healing comes not from suppressing your emotions, but from allowing them to flow through you, from trusting that every feeling has its place and its purpose. To understand the language of the heart is to understand yourself on a deeper level. It is to cultivate an inner relationship that is based on honesty and compassion. The heart invites you to embrace all aspects of yourself, to see beyond the judgments of the mind, and to recognize the beauty of your true nature. When you live in alignment with the heart, you live a life that is rich in meaning and purpose. You become more resilient, more compassionate, and more open to the experiences that life brings. This language is always with you, patiently waiting for you to listen. It does not demand attention, it does not seek to overpower the mind. It simply exists, a gentle reminder of who you are beneath the layers of thoughts and opinions. When you take the time to listen, when you allow yourself to be guided by the heart, you step into a life of authenticity and truth. In this space, you find a sense of peace that cannot be shaken, a love that flows from within, and a connection to something greater than yourself. Life has a way of bringing us to moments of darkness, to places where we feel empty, tired, and uncertain. These times can feel endless, and we may believe that the light has gone out. Yet within the rhythm of life itself lies a promise, an unbreakable, unwavering assurance that renewal is always possible. Just as nature renews itself with every dawn, every spring, and every cycle of growth, so too does the human spirit hold within it the promise of renewal, a capacity to emerge from even the most difficult seasons with new strength and clarity. This promise is not an external force, but an inherent part of who we are. Renewal begins within, often in the quiet moments when we feel most vulnerable. We tend to think of strength as resilience or power, as something active and outward. But renewal teaches us that strength is often found in the willingness to let go, to release what no longer serves us, and to open ourselves to new possibilities. In the moments when we surrender our need for control, we create space for something new to take root. Renewal requires an openness, a willingness to trust in life's cycles, to accept that some chapters must close for new ones to begin. Renewal is effortless. Trees shed their leaves to prepare for winter, knowing that spring will bring new growth. Animals rest and hibernate, following the natural rhythm of their needs. Renewal is a process of trust, of understanding that even in moments of stillness or retreat, life is at work, unseen but powerful. Similarly, in our own lives, there are times when stepping back, resting, and letting go are exactly what we need for renewal to occur. Renewal isn't always an immediate change, it is often a gradual shift, like the slow budding of a flower, taking place beneath the surface until it is ready to blossom. During times of difficulty, renewal asks us to be gentle with ourselves, to recognize that healing and growth take time. There is a beauty in patience, in allowing ourselves to move through life's cycles without rushing or forcing progress. Renewal is a promise that unfolds in its own time. The desire to rush through pain or skip over uncomfortable feelings may arise, but true renewal only comes when we honor each part of our journey. It is through acknowledging and feeling our experiences fully that we make way for genuine transformation. As we allow ourselves to go through this process, we begin to see that renewal is not about erasing the past or forgetting our challenges. Instead, it is about integrating those experiences, learning from them, and allowing them to shape us in ways that bring us closer to our true selves. Renewal is an opportunity to redefine our perspectives, to let go of the beliefs that hold us back, and to emerge with a clearer vision of what truly matters. It is a shedding of old layers, an embracing of the new, of the parts of ourselves that are ready to come forth and grow. The promise of renewal invites us to trust that we are capable of growth, that no matter how many times we stumble, we can always rise again. Each setback, each hardship becomes a stepping stone toward greater resilience and understanding. Through renewal, we come to see that our struggles are not punishments or failures, they are part of our evolution. Every time we feel like we are breaking down, there is an opportunity to break open instead, to expand, to deepen our empathy, our strength, and our compassion. Renewal is an affirmation that life's challenges do not define us, but refine us. Renewal also calls us to reconnect with the present moment, to ground ourselves in the here and now. Often the weight of the past or the worry about the future keeps us from feeling the potential for renewal in the present. By embracing the present moment, we make room for new perspectives and fresh possibilities to arise. Renewal is an invitation to see each day, each experience with fresh eyes, to understand that every moment is an opportunity to begin again. When we anchor ourselves in the present, we open to life's inherent creativity and the possibility of transformation. Renewal is a celebration of life's resilience. It is a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt, to grow, and to transcend. Just as the seasons cycle and the sun rises each morning, our lives are filled with countless opportunities for renewal. This promise is constant, woven into the fabric of existence itself. We may not always see it, especially in moments of difficulty, but it is there, waiting for us to reach out and embrace it. Renewal is a reminder that life is not a linear path, but a series of cycles, each one bringing us closer to who we are meant to be. To embrace the promise of renewal is to have faith in our own capacity for transformation. It is to believe that within us lies a wellspring of possibility, a depth of strength that carries us through every season of life. Renewal is an invitation to live fully, to allow ourselves to feel the richness of each experience, to learn from it, and to continue growing. Even in times of darkness, the promise of renewal whispers that there is light ahead, that every ending holds the seed of a new beginning. In honoring this promise, we allow ourselves to move with grace through life's changes, to trust in our own resilience, and to find beauty in every stage of our journey. Renewal is not simply a return to what was, it is the creation of something new, something born from the lessons of the past and the hope for the future. It is a promise that life continually offers to us, a reminder that we are never stagnant, and that, like all of nature, we have the power to begin anew, no matter where we are. There is a rhythm to life, a divine order that moves through every experience, every relationship, and every path we walk. Often, this rhythm is invisible, concealed beneath the surface of our immediate perceptions. We may think that we are in control, pushing and planning to achieve our desires, only to find that our timing doesn't always align with life's greater unfolding. Trusting in divine timing requires us to set aside our need to control outcomes and instead align ourselves with a higher wisdom that sees the bigger picture, one that we may not yet understand, but that knows exactly when, where, and how things are meant to unfold. Divine timing is a reminder that life doesn't operate according to the deadlines or expectations we set for ourselves. Sometimes, no matter how much effort we put forth or how deeply we yearn for something, our desires may not come to fruition immediately. Yet, this does not mean that we are forgotten or that our dreams are lost. Divine timing asks us to trust that there is a purpose to every delay, every pause, and every unexpected turn on our path. It encourages us to have faith that everything is happening exactly as it should, even if we cannot see the full picture. Trusting in divine timing is an invitation to live with patience and openness. We are often conditioned to believe that faster is better, that achieving our goals quickly is a sign of success. But divine timing reveals that true fulfillment does not always arrive in a rush. It arrives when we are truly ready to receive it. Sometimes this readiness requires growth, healing, and preparation. Perhaps there are lessons we need to learn or experiences we must go through in order to fully appreciate and embrace what we are asking for. Divine timing is a gentle teacher, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and preparing us for the blessings that lie ahead. In moments of frustration, it can be challenging to trust that there is a reason for waiting. Our human minds often become restless, questioning why things aren't happening as planned or why certain obstacles seem to block our path. Yet it is in these very moments that we are being asked to surrender our limited perspective and to trust in the unseen forces at work. Divine timing is not about withholding what we desire, it's about aligning us with what is truly meant for us. When we trust in this timing, we move from a state of resistance to one of acceptance, allowing ourselves to flow with life rather than fighting against it. Divine timing also invites us to develop a relationship with faith. Faith is not just a belief in a higher power, it is an inner knowing that life supports us, even in times of uncertainty. It is a trust that there is a wisdom guiding our journey, orchestrating experiences, and bringing people and opportunities into our lives at precisely the right moments. This faith does not come from knowing all the answers, but from embracing the mystery of life. Trusting in divine timing means finding peace in the unknown, surrendering our need for certainty, and accepting that some things are beyond our understanding. It is only in hindsight that we realize why things unfolded the way they did. We may look back and see that what felt like a delay was actually a period of preparation, that what seemed like a setback was a stepping stone to something greater. Divine timing works in this way, weaving together events and experiences in ways we cannot predict or control. When we trust in this timing, we become more attuned to life's subtle signs and synchronicities. We begin to see that every encounter, every delay, and every redirection serves a purpose, guiding us toward our highest good. Living in alignment with divine timing allows us to cultivate a sense of peace and gratitude. We become less attached to specific outcomes and more open to the possibilities that life presents. Instead of focusing solely on the destination, we learn to appreciate each moment, trusting that it is part of a larger journey. Divine timing teaches us that there is beauty in the process, that every phase of our journey has value, and that even in times of waiting, life is preparing us for what is to come. This trust transforms our relationship with time. We no longer see it as an enemy, but as a gentle guide. In trusting divine timing, we allow ourselves to live more authentically, to listen to our inner guidance, and to follow our heart without rushing or forcing. We understand that what is meant for us will not pass us by, and that there is no need to compare our journey to anyone else's. Each person's path unfolds uniquely, and divine timing reminds us that there is no one right timeline. We release the pressure to meet external standards and focus instead on aligning with our inner truth, knowing that when the time is right, everything will fall into place. Divine timing is ultimately a lesson in trust, surrender, and alignment. It asks us to release our attachment to immediate outcomes and to open our hearts to a higher wisdom that knows what is best for us. By embracing divine timing, we cultivate patience, resilience, and a deeper sense of peace. We become more receptive to the blessings that life has in store, understanding that they will come when we are ready to receive them. In the meantime, we live fully in the present, finding joy in the journey and trusting that each step is leading us exactly where we are meant to be. Inner peace is a rare and precious gift, a sanctuary within that remains untouched by the noise and chaos of the external world. It is a state of being that transcends circumstances, providing a stable foundation of calm and clarity even in the midst of turmoil. This peace is not something that can be given or taken away by others. It is an inner resource that lies within each of us, waiting to be uncovered and cultivated. To experience this gift is to discover a source of strength and serenity that is always available, regardless of life's challenges. The journey to inner peace begins with self-acceptance. So much of our inner unrest stems from self-judgment, from the internal conflicts between who we are and who we think we should be. When we are constantly striving to be someone else or to meet unrealistic expectations, we create stress and tension within ourselves. Inner peace arises when we release these judgments, allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are. It's a process of letting go, of embracing our imperfections and recognizing that we are enough as we are. When we are at peace with ourselves, we can experience a profound sense of relief and freedom, free from the need to prove or justify our worth. This peace is also cultivated through the practice of mindfulness. In today's fast-paced world, it is easy to become overwhelmed by worries about the future or regrets from the past. Our minds race from one thought to the next, creating a sense of restlessness and anxiety. Mindfulness invites us to anchor ourselves in the present moment, to observe our thoughts without getting lost in them. By focusing on the here and now, we allow ourselves to step outside the mental noise and find a place of stillness within. In this space, we begin to see that our thoughts do not define us, that beneath them lies a steady, peaceful awareness that remains unchanged. Inner peace is closely tied to the ability to let go of control. Many of us carry the burden of trying to control every aspect of our lives, believing that only then can we be safe and happy. But this need for control is often an illusion, a source of constant worry and stress. True peace comes when we surrender our need to control, trusting that life has its own rhythm and wisdom. This does not mean we stop caring or trying. It simply means we let go of the things beyond our influence, allowing life to unfold naturally. When we release this burden, we experience a profound sense of relief. an openness to whatever comes, and a deep trust in the process of life. Forgiveness is another essential component of inner peace. Holding on to past hurts or grudges can be like carrying a heavy weight that drags us down, robbing us of our ability to feel peaceful. By forgiving others and ourselves, we free ourselves from the chains of resentment and anger. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions, it is about releasing ourselves from the emotional burden they create. When we let go of these grievances, we make space for peace, compassion, and understanding. Forgiveness allows us to move forward without carrying the weight of the past, giving us the freedom to live fully in the present. Gratitude also plays a vital role in the cultivation of inner peace. When we focus on what we lack or on what has gone wrong, we invite dissatisfaction and restlessness. But when we choose to focus on the blessings in our lives, however small they may seem, we begin to shift our perspective. Gratitude is a way of aligning ourselves with the abundance that already exists, of seeing the beauty in what we often overlook. This simple shift in focus can transform our experience, filling us with a sense of contentment and peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. Inner peace also grows from compassion both for ourselves and for others. Life is filled with challenges, and we all experience moments of struggle and pain. When we cultivate compassion, we develop the ability to see ourselves and others with kindness and understanding. We stop judging ourselves harshly for our mistakes or shortcomings, and instead approach our experiences with gentleness. This compassion extends outward, allowing us to be more understanding and accepting of others as well. When we view life through a compassionate lens, we create a sense of unity and connection that transcends individual differences, fostering a peace that comes from recognizing our shared humanity. Inner peace is an alignment with our true selves. It is the recognition that we are not defined by our circumstances, by our successes or failures, or by the opinions of others. This peace comes from within, from a connection to the part of us that is eternal and unchanging. It is a deep trust in our own worth and in the journey of life itself. When we cultivate this inner peace, we become like a calm lake that reflects the beauty around it without being disturbed by passing winds. Inner peace is not a destination to be reached, it is a practice, a way of being that we can choose every day. It is the result of small acts of kindness, moments of self-reflection, and a commitment to living in alignment with our highest values. This peace is a gift that grows with attention and care, a sanctuary within that offers strength, clarity, and joy in every moment. As we nurture this inner peace, we find that it begins to radiate outward, touching everything we do and everyone we encounter. Through this gift, we discover a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and profound connection. In embracing the gift of inner peace, we unlock a sanctuary within ourselves, a place untouched by the chaos of the external world. Inner peace is cultivated through acceptance, mindfulness, gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion. It is not defined by our circumstances, but is a state of being that grows stronger as we nurture it with kindness, patience, and trust. When we commit to this practice, we not only transform our own experience, but also positively impact those around us, radiating calm and understanding into the world. Thank you for taking this journey within, for choosing to cultivate the strength and serenity that come from inner peace. May this gift be a guiding light, bringing comfort, resilience, and joy in every step you take. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a calm, boundless sea. No storm, no ripple disturbs its surface, it rests quietly, reflecting the heavens. Now, picture your mind as this sea. When you allow worries, fears, or outside opinions to agitate your thoughts, it is as though waves are splashing against the shores of your being, obscuring that perfect, peaceful stillness that exists within. This stillness is where your true power resides, a power that operates most effectively when it is undisturbed. The secret to fast manifestation lies in your ability to cultivate an unbreakable sense of inner peace, to be so grounded in your purpose that no one, no event, and no circumstance can disrupt your inner calm. Often we believe that external forces hold sway over us, that the opinion of a loved one, the judgment of society, or the discouragement of a friend has the ability to shape the success or failure of our desires. But true mastery is realized when we recognize that we alone are the guardians of our peace. Only we can choose to either open the doors of our mind to worry or close them firmly against its arrival. Worry, when examined closely, is nothing more than a misplaced belief that others' doubts or the world's limitations are more real than our own conviction. When you allow yourself to be troubled by the doubts of others, you give life to their limitations, making them your own. Each time you let your mind drift into fear or self-doubt, it's as though you're stirring those calm waters within, preventing them from reflecting the vision you hold for yourself. This reflection must be clear and steady, for it is this untroubled, undivided state of mind that transforms thought into reality. Think of peace not as a passive state, but as an active, powerful force that keeps your mind aligned with the reality you wish to create. Peace is the soil in which your desire can flourish, for a mind unbothered by outside disturbances is free to focus solely on the feeling of fulfillment. This is the essence of manifestation, knowing with complete confidence that your desire is already yours, and letting nothing shake this conviction. It is the strength of your calmness, the consistency of your faith, that brings about swift manifestation. To embody this, you must learn to separate your reality from the reality of others. Understand that others will view the world from their own beliefs, their own limitations, but these need not define you. Just as a mountain remains unmoved by the weather that surrounds it, you too must remain steadfast in your inner vision. There will always be those who cast doubt or express disbelief, but they do not reside in your reality unless you invite them in. When you allow their doubts to enter your mind, you disrupt the peace that is essential for manifestation. Consider a time when you felt completely at peace, undisturbed by any worry or fear. How powerful did you feel in that moment? That sense of empowerment comes from the knowledge that no external influence has any power over your inner state unless you permit it. In this serene, undisturbed condition, you can dwell fully in the feeling of having already attained your desire. This feeling is the fertile ground of manifestation. It is where you plant the seed of your dream. Only in this state of calm can the seed grow unimpeded by doubt or distraction. It is a choice you make daily, even moment by moment. When you feel the pull of worry or the pangs of doubt, remind yourself that these are simply shadows on the surface. They are fleeting, temporary, and without substance unless you give them power. Your peace is the substance of your reality. It is the pure, undiluted essence of your desire already fulfilled. Maintain this peace and watch how swiftly life begins to conform to the calm certainty that you project from within. Now, let this truth take root in you. You need no one else's validation, no permission, no agreement from the world outside. You are the creator, and the conditions of your creation reside solely within you. When you understand this, you unlock the fastest path to your goal. For when your inner world is steady, the outer world has no choice but to mirror it. Every desire you hold in this space of peace will find its way to you, simply because you have aligned yourself with the flow of life, unobstructed by any resistance. The next time a worry arises, see it for what it truly is, an invitation to give up your peace. Choose instead to remain rooted in calmness, anchored in your unshakable belief that all you seek is already yours. Let no one, let no fear, let no temporary setback convince you otherwise. Stand firm in this peace, knowing that it is the birthplace of all things. As you move forward, make it your daily practice to cultivate this calm awareness, refusing to allow any person, thought, or circumstance to disturb it. This is mastery. This is where manifestation occurs with ease and speed. When we desire to manifest something in our lives, we often look to the external world for signs of progress or validation. We may feel compelled to share our goals with others or seek their approval, hoping that they'll see our vision and encourage us. Yet, when we depend on external influences for validation, we weaken our own power. We risk diluting our intentions, allowing the doubts and opinions of others to seep into our minds. This is why disengaging from outer influence is essential to manifesting swiftly and effectively. To disengage from outer influence means to separate yourself from the need for approval, reassurance, or validation from anyone outside yourself. It is understanding that no one else's perspective, opinion, or belief has any bearing on your ability to manifest your desires. Often people view the world through the lens of their own limitations, projecting their fears and doubts onto others. If you allow their beliefs to take root in your mind, you invite their limitations to become your own. By maintaining a clear boundary between your inner world and the external world, you preserve the purity of your vision. Consider how fragile a seedling is when it first begins to grow. It needs careful nurturing, sunlight, and protection from harsh elements. Your desires are much the same. When a desire is first born in your mind, it is delicate, sensitive to any influence that could pull it off course. Sharing this budding vision with others often exposes it to scrutiny, skepticism, and unsolicited advice that can stifle its growth. Disengaging from these influences ensures that your desire remains strong, unpolluted by the doubts or disbelief of others. This disengagement does not mean shutting yourself off from the world. Rather, it is an internal decision to trust your own conviction above all else. When you choose to disengage, you are simply choosing to cultivate a mental environment where only empowering, positive beliefs take root. You are deciding that no matter what anyone else may think or say, your focus will remain fixed on the certainty of your desire fulfilled. A key part of disengagement is to release the habit of seeking signs in the external world. When we constantly look for evidence that our desire is materializing, we subtly imply doubt, as if we need the world to confirm our belief. This gives unnecessary power to external circumstances, placing the responsibility for our happiness outside of ourselves. The world mirrors your internal state, not the other way around. By focusing on your inner conviction and refusing to be swayed by appearances, you align yourself more closely with the state of fulfillment. Imagine walking through a dense forest, where each step forward is guided only by your intuition. If you were to stop and ask every passerby for directions or confirmation, you would lose sight of your path, disoriented by countless perspectives. Instead, you move steadily, trusting the inner compass that guides you. This same principle applies to manifesting your desires. When you disengage from outer influence, you free yourself to trust the inner guidance that knows precisely how to bring your dreams to life. This also means not allowing setbacks or obstacles to shake your confidence. Often challenges arise not as a sign of failure, but as opportunities to deepen your faith and fortify your inner world. By disengaging from the temptation to interpret these challenges as negative, you cultivate resilience. Each obstacle becomes a stepping stone, an invitation to strengthen your focus on the reality you wish to create. In doing so, you become unshakable, unaffected by the temporary nature of the external world. Another aspect of disengagement involves releasing the need for others to understand or agree with your vision. It is common to seek validation from those around us, especially those we hold dear. However, true mastery in manifestation comes when you can hold a vision solely within yourself, needing no external support to sustain it. It is recognizing that your connection to your desire is sacred and personal, something no one else can truly grasp as you do. And when you cease to require their understanding, you free yourself to pursue your vision with pure, undivided focus. This self-contained focus is immensely powerful. When you no longer need the world to reflect your belief back to you, you harness a level of conviction that is unbreakable. In this space of self-assurance, your desire becomes inevitable because you have chosen to embody the feeling of its fulfillment, regardless of what anyone else may say or think. This is the core of manifestation, holding on to the certainty of your vision and letting it be unaffected by the changing tides of the world around you. The practice of disengaging from outer influence also fosters self-trust. When you place your belief in the power within you rather than in external sources, you cultivate a profound confidence in your ability to shape your reality. Each time you choose to look within for assurance, each time you resist the urge to seek validation, you reinforce your faith in yourself. This self-trust is invaluable, as it empowers you to manifest without hesitation, with a certainty that is unyielding. Disengaging from outer influence is ultimately an act of self-respect. It is a declaration that your dreams are worthy of protection, that your desires are valuable enough to be safeguarded from the opinions and beliefs of others. In doing so, you create a sanctuary within, a space where your vision can grow and flourish, untainted by the fears or limitations of those around you. And as you continue to nurture this space of inner freedom, you'll find that your desires manifest faster and with greater ease, for they are born from a place of undisturbed power. When we embark on the journey of manifesting our desires, the key to realizing them is maintaining an unwavering focus on the reality we want to create. To focus on your desired reality alone is not a passive state, it is a deliberate and active practice that requires mental discipline and dedication. This focus means choosing, moment by moment, to dwell in the feeling and belief that your desire is already fulfilled. By doing so, you allow your mind to remain immersed in the vibration of having, rather than wanting, ensuring that the energy you emit aligns perfectly with what you intend to receive. The power of focusing on your desired reality alone lies in the way it shapes your subconscious mind. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's imagined and what's real. When you repeatedly impress upon it the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled, it takes this impression as truth. Consequently, it begins to work in unseen ways, directing your thoughts, actions, and even circumstances to align with the reality you've envisioned. This is why it is essential to keep your focus unwavering when you consistently imagine yourself as already living your desired outcome. Your subconscious mind reprograms itself to bring that reality into existence. This kind of focus demands that you detach from the appearances and distractions of the current physical world. The external world often mirrors our past beliefs, presenting limitations and obstacles that may tempt us to doubt our vision. It is easy to get caught up in what seems real right now, but true manifestation requires that you give more importance to the vision within than to what you see around you. By focusing solely on your desired reality, you give power to the inner vision, allowing it to become more real to you than the world of current appearances. A crucial aspect of this focus is the emotional state you cultivate. The feeling of your desire being fulfilled should be as real to you as any emotion you've ever experienced. This emotion is the language of the subconscious, and by feeling it as vividly as possible, you speak directly to the creative force within you. If your desire is to live in abundance, for example, practice feeling abundant in every moment. Visualize the joy, the security, and the freedom that come with financial prosperity. Make these feelings so familiar that they become a natural part of your daily experience, regardless of your current circumstances. Focusing on your desired reality also involves a conscious refusal to entertain thoughts of lack or doubt. Doubt is a signal to the subconscious that you don't truly believe in the fulfillment of your desire, and it introduces a vibration that is contrary to manifestation. When you notice thoughts of fear or disbelief, gently redirect your mind back to the feeling of fulfillment. Reaffirm your belief in your vision and practice mental discipline, refusing to let stray thoughts dilute the power of your focus. This kind of mental control is not about suppressing feelings, but rather about choosing what you dwell upon, knowing that your inner focus is what creates your reality. One of the most effective ways to maintain this focus is through visualization. Visualization is the practice of mentally rehearsing the fulfillment of your desire with as much sensory detail as possible. By doing this, you immerse yourself in the experience of your desired reality, engaging not only your mind but also your emotions and senses. Picture yourself living the life you desire, see the details, hear the sounds, feel the textures. When you make this experience vivid, your mind can't help but treat it as real. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes, until the vision of your desire feels like an undeniable reality. An additional way to strengthen this focus is by eliminating any form of contradictory input. This may mean limiting your exposure to negative news, unhelpful conversations, or anything that triggers feelings of doubt or fear. Your desired reality deserves a protected space, free from distractions or negativity that might sway you from your purpose. When you surround yourself with uplifting influences and maintain a mental environment that reflects your goal, you build a foundation that supports the manifestation of your vision. As you persist in focusing on your desired reality, remember that manifestation is a process. Trust that your continued focus is drawing your desire toward you, even if you can't see immediate results. Just as a seed takes time to sprout and grow, your desire is taking shape in ways you may not perceive yet. Be patient, but remain resolute in your focus. Each day, each moment spent dwelling in the feeling of fulfillment brings you closer to your goal, reinforcing your inner conviction and strengthening the bond between your mind and the reality you wish to experience. This practice ultimately cultivates faith, a faith rooted not in external proof but in inner certainty. By focusing on your desired reality alone, you develop a profound trust in the unseen processes at work. This trust allows you to let go of impatience, fear, or the need for validation. You begin to realize that your focus, your unwavering belief, is all that's needed. Everything else will follow naturally. When you make this practice a part of your daily life, it reshapes not only your thoughts but also your entire state of being. You become someone who embodies the reality you wish to create, radiating the energy of fulfillment and success. And in this state, manifestation is not a matter of if, but when your focus has now become the catalyst that draws your vision into form, and you find yourself living the reality you once only imagined. In the journey of manifesting desires, few things are as vital as the ability to forgive and release doubt. Doubt is a form of inner resistance, a barrier between you and the reality you wish to create. When you hold doubt within, it signals to the subconscious mind that you are uncertain about your desires, effectively blocking the manifestation process. Likewise, the act of forgiveness is essential because it clears away emotional burdens that anchor you to the past, freeing your mind and energy to focus on the present moment where creation truly happens. Forgiving and releasing doubt are intertwined practices, both crucial to cultivating the inner clarity and belief needed to manifest your desires. To forgive means to let go of all grievances, resentments, and judgments that weigh on your mind. These negative emotions, whether directed at yourself or others, create inner discord, clouding your focus and energy. When you hold on to grudges or regrets, you are allowing the past to influence your present, keeping you tethered to memories that no longer serve you. In essence, holding on to grievances traps you in a cycle of repetitive thought, preventing you from moving forward with a fresh, open mind. By forgiving, you release this burden, allowing your mental and emotional energy to flow freely. This liberation is essential because manifestation requires a mind unencumbered by distractions, one that is focused solely on the fulfillment of your vision. Forgiveness is also an act of self-compassion. Many people are harder on themselves than they are on others, harboring guilt, shame, or regret for perceived failures. These emotions generate doubt, as they reinforce the belief that you are somehow undeserving or incapable of achieving your desires. By forgiving yourself, you acknowledge that mistakes are a natural part of life, and you accept that these experiences do not define you or limit your potential. This acceptance is powerful. It releases you from self-imposed limitations, allowing you to see yourself as worthy and capable of manifesting your dreams. In tandem with forgiveness, releasing doubt is an essential practice for aligning with your desired reality. Doubt arises from a lack of faith, whether in yourself, in the process, or in the belief that you are worthy of what you desire. When you entertain doubt, you are inadvertently choosing to focus on what you don't want rather than what you do. This focus on the negative is a subtle but potent way of diverting your energy, causing your subconscious to interpret your desire as unclear. If you want your manifestation to come to fruition, you must replace doubt with unwavering certainty, trusting that the path you are on will lead you to your desired outcome. One effective way to release doubt is to reaffirm your belief in your own power. Remember that your thoughts and emotions are creative forces. Each time you feel doubt creeping in, Remind yourself that you have the power to shape your reality by aligning your thoughts with your desires. Embrace the idea that there is no outside force preventing you from achieving your goals, only the barriers you place in your own mind. By consistently choosing to believe in yourself, you dissolve the energy of doubt, creating a space for faith and confidence to grow. Visualization is another powerful tool in releasing doubt. When you visualize, immerse yourself completely in the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Allow yourself to experience the joy, peace, and satisfaction of already having what you want. This practice strengthens your belief in the reality of your desire, making it easier to dispel any doubts that may arise. When your vision becomes vivid enough, it naturally overshadows any lingering uncertainty, filling your mind with the certainty of fulfillment. Affirmations can also serve as reminders of your faith in your own power. Choose words that resonate with you and reinforce your sense of capability. Statements like "I am worthy of my desires, I trust in the process of creation," or "I release all doubt," can be powerful tools to retrain your mind, gradually shifting your internal dialogue from one of doubt to one of confidence and belief. Over time, these affirmations sink into your subconscious, helping to dissolve the habit of doubt and replace it with an inner knowing that your desires are within reach. Practice patience. Doubt often emerges from the fear of not seeing immediate results. When we place a timeline on our desires, we create pressure, which in turn fuels doubt. Letting go of rigid expectations around timing allows you to stay present and trust the process. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if the outer world hasn't yet reflected the changes you desire. Remember that every time you let go of impatience, you reinforce your faith in your vision. In this process, forgiveness and the release of doubt go hand in hand. Forgiveness frees you from the emotional clutter of the past, while releasing doubt clears your path forward. Together, they enable you to approach your desires with a clean slate, an open heart, and a focused mind. By consistently practicing forgiveness and reaffirming your belief in yourself, you create an environment in which your desires can flourish unhindered. You are not hindered by past disappointments, nor do you allow fleeting uncertainties to sway you. Instead, you stand firmly in your vision, secure in the knowledge that what you seek is already on its way. In embracing these practices, you cultivate an inner state of peace, clarity, and conviction that becomes the foundation of your manifestation journey. Forgiveness and the release of doubt transform you from within, allowing you to become a vessel of unwavering faith and powerful focus. In this state, your desires move toward you effortlessly, drawn by the strength of your inner alignment. As you forgive, release, and believe, you step into the fullness of your creative power, knowing that your dreams are not only possible but inevitable. Success is not simply the achievement of a specific goal, it is a mindset, a state of being, and a way of perceiving the world around you. Cultivating a daily awareness of success means training your mind to recognize, appreciate, and embody success in every aspect of your life, not just in the grand achievements, but in the small, consistent steps and daily wins that accumulate over time. This practice of seeing success everywhere is powerful because it reshapes your subconscious mind, aligning it with the reality you wish to experience. The more you affirm success in your daily life, the more natural it becomes to see yourself as successful, attracting more of it into your life. Cultivating daily awareness of success begins with reframing what you consider a success. Often we tend to think of success as something distant, tied to specific achievements like a promotion, a large financial gain, or a major personal milestone. However, these significant events are not the only markers of success. Success is present in small, consistent actions that move you closer to your goals, in the discipline of showing up every day, and in the determination to keep going even when things aren't perfect. By broadening your definition of success to include these daily acts, you train your mind to see progress, no matter how incremental, as success. This, in turn, keeps your motivation high and strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve larger goals. One effective way to build this awareness is through a daily reflection practice. At the end of each day, take a few moments to look back and acknowledge the wins, no matter how small they might seem. Perhaps you completed a task you had been putting off, managed your time well, or stayed consistent with a healthy habit. These accomplishments, though minor in isolation, are part of the larger picture of success, and recognizing them fuels your sense of capability and confidence. By consistently reinforcing the idea that success is something you experience every day, you gradually reshape your self-perception, seeing yourself as someone who is already successful, rather than someone who is merely pursuing it. Another powerful approach is to start each day with an affirmation of success. When you begin your day with the mindset that you are capable, accomplished, and moving steadily towards your goals, you set a powerful tone that influences your actions and responses throughout the day. Repeat phrases like "I am successful," "I am achieving my goals every day," or "success is drawn to me in every moment." These affirmations may feel like simple words at first, but over time they become embedded in your subconscious, subtly directing your behavior and decisions in ways that align with success. This daily ritual builds a strong foundation, reminding you that success is not a distant outcome, but a quality you embody right now. Visualization is another powerful tool for cultivating daily awareness of success. Take a few minutes each morning or evening to visualize yourself as the successful person you aspire to be. Picture yourself already living the life you desire, accomplishing your goals, and enjoying the fulfillment that comes with it. Engage all your senses in this visualization, immersing yourself in the feeling of success. This mental rehearsal trains your subconscious to recognize success as a familiar state, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The more you see yourself as already successful, the more naturally you will act in alignment with that vision. Throughout your day, practice gratitude for the aspects of your life that are already going well. Gratitude is a potent force for shifting your awareness to the positive, which in turn attracts more of what you desire. When you express genuine appreciation for the successes, big and small, that already exist in your life, you reinforce the belief that you are on the right path. This gratitude isn't limited to achievements. It includes acknowledging qualities within yourself, like resilience, focus, and discipline. The more grateful you are for these attributes, the more you strengthen them, building a mindset that attracts further success effortlessly. Equally important to cultivating daily awareness of success is the habit of aligning your thoughts and actions with your goals. When faced with decisions, ask yourself whether your choices are in harmony with the successful person you are becoming. This practice of aligning with your vision of success keeps you on track, ensuring that you aren't distracted by short-term impulses or doubts. Each time you choose to act in ways that support your goals, you reinforce your identity as someone who is already successful, building momentum that accelerates your progress. It's also beneficial to surround yourself with symbols of success, reminders of your achievements, and inspiration that reinforces your vision. This could be in the form of a vision board, affirmations posted where you can see them, or even a simple list of past accomplishments. These visual cues serve as daily reminders of the progress you've made and the person you are becoming. Each time you see them, you reaffirm your commitment to your journey, reminding yourself that success is not just a destination, but a continuous state that you cultivate with every thought, action, and intention. Practice self-compassion when setbacks arise. Success is not a linear journey. It involves challenges, adjustments, and sometimes failures. Rather than allowing these setbacks to shake your belief in your success, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your resilience and brings you closer to your goals. By treating setbacks as stepping stones, you transform potential obstacles into experiences that further affirm your success, reinforcing your commitment and confidence in your ability to achieve what you desire. Cultivating a daily awareness of success creates a powerful mindset shift that aligns you with the life you want. When you celebrate your progress, affirm your capabilities, and remain focused on your vision, you attract more opportunities for growth and achievement. Success becomes not a future goal, but an intrinsic quality of who you are, woven into every aspect of your life. Through this awareness, you harness the power of your mind to create a life of abundance, fulfillment, and continuous achievement. Trusting in the power within you is one of the most transformative mindsets you can cultivate. It is an unwavering belief that you hold within yourself the resources, wisdom, and creative energy necessary to achieve any goal, overcome any obstacle, and shape your reality as you desire. This inner power is not something external or granted by others. It is innate, a profound reservoir of potential that lies at the core of your being. When you learn to trust this power, you unlock the ability to approach life's challenges with confidence, manifest your desires with clarity, and experience life with a deeper sense of purpose. This trust in your inner power begins with the understanding that the outer world reflects your inner state. The reality you experience is shaped by your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. If you believe you are limited, unworthy, or incapable, this belief will inevitably manifest in your outer world as obstacles, setbacks, and missed opportunities. On the other hand, when you nurture the belief that you are capable, deserving, and resourceful, you project confidence and clarity into your surroundings. People respond to your energy, opportunities align with your path, and circumstances arise to support your journey. Trusting in your power means consciously choosing to align your inner beliefs with the reality you wish to create. One of the keys to building this trust is recognizing that your inner power is your connection to a universal source of wisdom and creativity. This power is not isolated or limited, but is a direct link to the boundless energy of life itself. Every great achievement, invention, and act of courage has stemmed from individuals tapping into this inner source and believing in their potential to bring something extraordinary into the world. When you trust in your power, you acknowledge that you are part of this universal energy, capable of manifesting your desires and contributing meaningfully to the world. This realization allows you to act from a place of calm assurance, knowing that you are never truly alone or unsupported. In your inner power also requires that you release self-doubt and replace it with self-affirmation. Doubt is a barrier that blocks the flow of your creative potential, making you question your abilities and second-guess your decisions. When you let doubt consume you, you weaken your connection to your inner strength and allow fear to take control. But by actively choosing to affirm your capabilities, you reinforce your inner power. Every time you tell yourself, "I can handle this," or "I am capable," you strengthen your belief in yourself and increase your resilience. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, making trust in yourself your natural state. Visualization is a powerful technique to deepen your trust in your inner power. By visualizing yourself successfully achieving your goals, you create a mental blueprint of success. Picture yourself as confident, resourceful, and capable, embodying the qualities that align with your desired outcome. Engage all your senses in this vision, making it as real and vivid as possible. The more you immerse yourself in this image of success, the more your mind accepts it as truth. This practice builds a foundation of trust in your abilities, making it easier to act with confidence and take steps toward your dreams. Another important aspect of trusting your power is learning to listen to your intuition. Intuition is the quiet, guiding voice within that provides insights and nudges you in the right direction. Unlike logical reasoning, intuition is often subtle, but it speaks with wisdom drawn from a deeper place within you. When you learn to listen to and trust this inner guidance, you strengthen your connection to your inner power. Instead of seeking validation or approval from others, you begin to rely on your own inner knowing. Trusting your intuition may require you to step outside of your comfort zone or take risks, but each time you follow it, you reinforce your belief in your own wisdom. Trusting in your power also means being patient with yourself and the process. Manifesting your desires and goals doesn't always happen overnight, and the path may be winding and unpredictable. However, by remaining patient, you acknowledge that the journey is as important as the destination. Patience allows you to stay calm and centered, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. This trust in timing and the process keeps you from becoming discouraged by setbacks or delays, allowing you to maintain faith in your abilities and commitment to your vision. Nurturing gratitude for your inner power strengthens your trust in it. Every day, take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the strengths, talents, and resilience that you already possess. Reflect on past experiences where you have overcome challenges, learned valuable lessons, or achieved goals through your own efforts. This reflection serves as a reminder of the power that has always been within you and reassures you of your ability to face future challenges. Gratitude not only raises your energy but also reinforces your belief in yourself, reminding you that you have everything you need to succeed. The power within you transforms how you approach life. It allows you to move forward with confidence, even in the face of uncertainty, because you know that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This trust enables you to take bold actions, follow your passions, and pursue your dreams, free from the constraints of doubt and fear. As you nurture this inner faith, you align with your highest potential, embodying the strength, wisdom, and creativity that is your birthright. When you fully trust in your power, you experience life from a place of peace and assurance. You no longer look to external circumstances to determine your worth or potential. Instead, you look within, knowing that all the resources you need are already there. This trust in your inner power becomes the foundation upon which you build your reality, leading you to a life of fulfillment, success, and boundless possibility. In conclusion, embracing and trusting the power within you is the key to creating a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. This inner power is always present, waiting for you to acknowledge it, nurture it, and align your actions with it. By recognizing that your beliefs shape your reality, choosing self-affirmation over doubt, listening to your intuition, and being patient with your journey, you cultivate a profound sense of self-trust that empowers every part of your life. With this trust, you can face any challenge, pursue your dreams fearlessly, and manifest the reality you desire. Thank you for taking this journey toward understanding and strengthening your inner power. Embrace it fully, for it is the key to unlocking your truest potential.